The West Highland Way is a 96-mile hike from Milngavie, just outside Glasgow, to Fort William. And in the previous video, I hiked 2 days from Milngavie to Beinn campsite, around 40 miles. So join me in part 2 of this adventure, where things get pretty tough as I take on another couple of big days, where I'm not too sure that I can continue with the journey. There was at times I thought, is this going to be the end of the West Highland Way for me? I'm not sure. Well, good morning guys, and welcome to day 3 on the West Highland Way. Now, I've just woken up. I'm in a pod on the Beinn campsite. Now, the last 2 days it's been pretty murky and rainy, but take a look at what I've woken up to today. This is looking much more promising. Look at that, blue skies and sunshine. You can actually see, I think that's a Monroe over there. But yeah, the weather's looking much better for today. And the plan for today is to walk from here through Tyndrum and to Bridge of Orchy, where I'm going to wild camp for the night, just next to the hotel. So my ankle's been giving me a little bit of jip. It's hurt, and I think it's the tendon on the top. So I'm going to pump myself full of painkillers and then set off. I think it's 17 or 18 miles again today. Another big one. So yeah, I'm going to get a coffee, get myself ready for this big walk today. Breakfast of choice for today, we're going really healthy. Chocolate muesli. This is more like it. I've heard this stretch is slightly easier than what's come before it. I'm hoping that's true. I'm loving this blue skies though. It's lifting my spirits. I need it as this ankle is killing me. I think now it's warming up. It's the pain slightly disappearing, but it's not great. I just have a vision of me doing 9 hours solid a day on sore ankles. It doesn't sound very good. We'll see how we go. But first stop today, I say first stop, it's in 11 miles, but it's Tyndrum. So hopefully there'll be some nice scenery on the way. Looks like we're leaving this big path just now. So I think down here is the Falls of Falloch. Hopefully I get a bit closer and get a nicer view down into the waterfalls. What a beautiful morning. I'm in a t-shirt. I think, is that the first time I've been in a t-shirt on the West Highland Way so far? I think so. It's warm and it feels very spring-like. Absolutely brilliant. So I'm pumped full of ibuprofen and paracetamol. My ankle seems to have warmed up and yeah, I'm much happier now. Time to get some miles under my belt. I'm pretty sure this is the Falls of Falloch here. Looks fantastic, doesn't it? I'll try and give you a bit of a closer look. Well, I think there's going to be a beautiful viewpoint of the falls just here. Let's have a look. Wow, take a look at this. You can hear the rumble of them beneath my feet. Oh, we want to take a slip down there though. What a beautiful place. Scenery today has been outstanding so far. See how the water, the power of the water's carved out these deep pockets in the rock. It's amazing, isn't it? Please do not lift or touch lambs. Thank you. Don't know what people have been up to here. The scenery just seems to be getting better and better today. As I say, there's a big black cloud lurking in my direction. Now, I think I'm going into Munro territory now. Must be heading towards Kinlochleven, because that behind me there is a snow-capped Munro, and I'm pretty sure this is a chain of Munros, the Kinlochleven Munros. I'll try and give you a bit of a closer look. So I'm pretty sure that that one there, let's see, I think, is it there? I think that's Beinn Dorain. That's obviously not how you pronounce it, but I think that's what that is. If you don't know, and this is the first video you've watched of mine, then you maybe don't know, but Munros is my thing, and over the last 5-6 years I climbed all 282, so I've got fantastic memories of all the hills in this area. It's quite strange walking through areas like this. I do have a bit of an itch to climb a Munro or two, but I'm absolutely knackered, so I've got no chance. I haven't actually done a Munro this year, so after this trip I'm going to smash a heap out, I think, in prep for a big climb that I've got coming soon, which is Mont Blanc. That's Beinn Glass over there, 750 metres, and that is the unmistakable ridge of Castile. Can just see the top bit there, and I reckon that giant over there must be Beinn Mor. It's a bit of a pyramid peak. It's usually massive. Yeah, I think that's just the top of there. Hopefully it clears once I get a bit closer. Having a lot of fun today, just enjoying this weather. Scenery's been fantastic. Got to watch your head on this one. Someone's kindly put some bubble wrap on it. It's because underneath the railway bridge. Oh, that is tight. Not good for my ankles. Whew. That's sore on the legs. Looks like I'm on the old A82, some old cat's eyes. Just had a quick check of the map, and it turns out the route actually skirts round Kinlochleven. There's not much there anyway, to be fair. But I'm hoping as getting a bit of height, get some good views of the hills. I can see them in the background there. I can see the top of Beinn Mor now, a giant pyramid in the distance, one of my favourite Munros. Looks like I'm heading underneath the road now. Time for a little snack, I think. This looks like a good place for a seat. Oh man! Again, another energy bar from Real Tourmat, cranberry this time. They're good for a quick hit of energy. My legs were feeling okay at this point. I had to keep moving as I felt like I would seize up if I stopped. I did manage to take a break here, taking the views, as I think it's important to take in the scenery around you during the West Highland Way. So from here, it looks like I'm going to be curving left, taking a left hand, big sweeping turn towards Tyndrum, away from the fantastic mountains of Kinlochleven. It's some mountain range, and it looks great today with the cloud and the sun. It's very atmospheric. Really enjoyed this stretch. Probably my favourite stretch so far. But yeah, I'd say I'm maybe just over halfway to Tyndrum. It's a long old stretch. I think it's 11-ish miles. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, it's these sections always look quite short on the map, and when you come to do them, it looks like you're going nowhere. Slowly but surely, I'm getting closer. This is a good sign of some treats to come in Tyndrum. So this is known as the Kinlochleven Crossroads. Some information there about it. You can go many ways. Drover's Loop, down to Kinlochleven. That's the West Highland Way that I've just come. And this is the way that I'm going to head on to Tyndrum. Just one step closer. There's that famous conical peak of Beinn Dorain, just in the cloud at the summit. Still surprisingly wintry for this time of year. Steepish little section here through the cut down forestry. Yeah, it's actually good getting some different terrain rather than the flat. Well, I'm going for it. The reindeer suit by Real Tourmat, with a rather scenic view as well. Hopefully it's nice. I'm going to scram this and then I'll get a little treat once I reach the little place of Tyndrum. Well, that's my soup boiling away in this bag here for 8 minutes, so I'm actually going to walk for that 8 minutes. Don't want to waste any time today while it's brewing, then I'll stop and taste it. Reindeer soup. It looks pretty hearty, to be fair. Right, let's give this a taste test. Oh, tell you what, it looks good. Huge chunks of meat in it. Oh, that is a hearty soup. Oh, that is good. Quite gamey. If you don't like gamey sort of meats, then nice and salty too, just what I'm wanting. Yep, I'm definitely a fan of that, that's for sure. So the sun's back out. I'm going to scram this and then make the final stretch to Tyndrum. So it looks like we're into new territory now. Some different Munros. You can see over here, this. I had a terrible time on this Munro up here. Buachaille up there, and I never managed to see the top of it that day. It was really, really wet. I like how today the scenery's changed a couple of times as you pass by the mountains. Much more interesting than yesterday. Lovely baby Highland cows. So again, this is a part of the West Highland Way that I've actually walked on. A tiny, tiny part which goes all the way up here, and up the back of here is that Munro that I was talking about earlier, Buachaille. it's a fair trek. Over here, I'm pretty sure this is some of the Bridge of Orchy Monroes. We're getting to the start of it, maybe not. But yeah, I think the path goes up towards the farm and then swings left all the way to Tyndrum. So this area has been really pleasant to walk in. It's pretty much just farmlands, farmers' fields, full of sheep. So yeah, pretty easy going. And I can actually see a giant of a Monroe in the distance here that's changing again, and that is Beinn Louis. You maybe can just see it in the distance there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a refreshment at the next shop, which is not too far away. Well, it's decided it wants to chuck the rain again and I'm not pulling the waterproof out, so I'm going to hide underneath this bridge until it goes off. Perfect timing. Well, things have taken a turn really here. There's a slight detour to take. The forestry path was shut, so I had to join the cycle path. But I'm in a lot of pain. My knee it's not cramp, I don't know what it is, but it's like next to my kneecap, it's really sore. On top of that, my ankle pain, I'm struggling. The last few miles has taken me ages to get through, and I'm not even in Tyndrum yet, and it's nearly 2 o'clock. So I've had a look online. I've managed to book myself a pod in Bridge of Orchy. I'm going the same distance today, but I'm going to get a hot shower, and yeah, it's just going to be a bit comfier than while camping at the Bridge of Orchy Hotel. Hopefully that'll give me the motivation I need to get through. I'm not going to lie, I'm struggling. My option 2 was to maybe stop in Tyndrum for the night and add an extra night on. I'm just not sure how much that would help. Going from Tyndrum to the King's house, I would camp and then go to Kinlochleven. I'm hoping some snacks and stuff in the shops in Tyndrum will get me through the rest of today. I'll keep you guys updated. It's a beautiful area. I'd like to be staying here for tonight anyway, that's for sure. I think it must be one of Tyndrum's holiday parks. So I've made it to Tyndrum and the famous Green Welly stop. There it is. Oh, can't wait to get some extra calories. So I was definitely feeling a bit demoralised. My spirits were quite low at this point, so I was glad to get a shop and yeah, just get some extra energy in that would hopefully get me through the final stretch. Well, goodbye Tyndrum. On to the next stage. And a funny one there, so I was in the Green Welly stop and I met a couple of guys that watch my YouTube videos, so thanks for watching. I think it's Stuart was one of them. I didn't catch the other guy's name, but lovely to meet you, and thanks for fueling me for my push on to Bridge of Orchy. So I'm going to struggle on. I'm just going to take it slow this next bit. And as I say, I've got a pod there, a bit of luxury tonight. I just need the hot shower. I just need to get my muscles sorted out, or I don't think I'm going to make it. I'm only really just over halfway of the West Highland Way, so a long way to go, and tomorrow's a huge day. So yeah, let's just make it to Bridge of Orchy, and tomorrow we're in for the best scenery, or of what my opinion is the best scenery of the West Highland Way. So I'm just crossing over the railway line, and there's that famous peak, Beinn Dorain. Been up there on an epic day a good few years ago now, and as I approach, the view's only going to get better and better of that. So I was definitely feeling slightly better at this point. I got another couple of miles under my belt, and the fact that I could see Bridge of Orchy in the distance definitely helped my mindset. Well, there's the famous Beinn Dorain in the distance over there. What a day I had on there, just like I mentioned before, and epic. There was a dusting of snow on all the Munros around, so cut to some epic footage where it looks a bit better than it does just now. And all the seasons today, hailstones now. Wish this weather would make us mind up what it wants to do. We've had sun, we've had rain, oh, hailstones, just, yeah, as always in Scotland, 4 seasons in one day. Just need a dusting of snow now. Quite a few Munros here. Beinn Dorain, obviously. The Beinn Vanich, I think, is one up the back here. This is a Corbett, maybe, not sure. It's almost sleety sort of snow. It's freezing up here compared to what this was like this morning. T-shirt weather, and now it's almost sleeting. Crazy. But Bridge of Orchy is on the other side of Beinn Dorain here, so not too far at all now. And the pod that I've booked for tonight is called the 60 Mile Inn, and it's obviously catered towards West Highland Way walkers. It does, I have to say, it's got a hot tub as well, and that was one of the selling points. I'm not joking, my legs are in pieces. I'm just seizing up, honestly. I don't think that I'm built for walking on the flat. We walk up hills all day, but walking on this flat is a totally different thing altogether. Look at this is literally snowing just now. What is going on? Oh yeah, 4 seasons in one day now. So I'm not going to lie, this is a long stretch. It looks like Bridge of Orchy is pretty close, but it seems to go on and on and on. Well, 9 hours later, after setting off, I've made it to Bridge of Orchy. Oh man, I've been on this path a few times. That's the route up to Beinn Dorain and the neighbouring Munro. Anyway, I'm going to get checked into my accommodation. I'll give you a rundown of day 3. Oh, I don't know how I made it here. Right guys, well, that's me checked into my pod, and yeah, that was an extremely tough day for me. There was at times I thought, is this going to be the end of the West Highland Way for me? I'm not sure. Just before Tyndrum, I just didn't think I could go any further. My ankles were just aching, my knee started hurting, and that's travelled up to my waist now, so it's actually pouring with rain. It looks horrendous, and I just couldn't face pitching a tent and spend the night in the tent with that. So at least with this I've got a hot tub. It's going to be good for my muscles, and I think it's the only chance I really got of getting through this West Highland Way, to be honest. It's just, I think I'm using muscles that I just don't normally use for this, the hard path for hours and hours, 9 to 10 hours per day. I think it's just getting the better of me, to be honest. And tomorrow is a 21 mile day from Bridge of Orchy here to Kinlochleven. Now that descent down there is going to be a killer, so I need to get the best rest I can get to give me a fighting chance for tomorrow. But a quick look at the pod here. So this is the 60-mile inn at Bridge of Orchy, all new pods. They're kind of catered for the West Highland Way, hence the 60-mile inn. It's 60 miles into the West Highland Way. TV here, heater, place to put your boots. It's got tea, coffee, water from the mountain itself, from Beinn Dorain. Place to put your bag, toilet, big shower. Yeah, it's got everything, plus the hot tub, big double bed, charging, wireless chargers. But yeah, sorry if it seems like I've been moaning a lot on today's video. It was a day of two halves. I got halfway through it and I felt so good, and then I just crashed. I just couldn't move, and my body was just aching and stiff. So yeah, I'm gonna be nice and warm in here, a bit of luxury for tonight, and time to get some food and chill out. The meal of choice for tonight, pasta bolognese. Try and get as much carbs as I can. Been a big fan of these meals so far. Just waiting on my water to boil up. Shouldn't be too long. Right, so that's it for day two, guys. I just want to say thank you for sticking with me today. I've spent way too long in the hot tub there. I've ate as much calories as I possibly could as well. Hopefully that pays off for tomorrow. So a big day. It's here to Kinlochleven. My plan's going to be to go to the King's house, assess the situation once I get there, see if I'm going to be fit to carry on. And all going well, I'll manage to carry on right through to Kinlochleven, and then on Wednesday finish the West Highland Way. So I'm looking forward to seeing the scenery tomorrow. One of my favourite parts of Scotland, Glencoe. So as I say, thanks for sticking with me, and hopefully we'll get through day 4. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning. And welcome to day 4 of the West Highland Way. Now, I'm feeling more motivated today. I'm feeling refreshed, still achy, a bit sore, but I'm pretty sure once I start walking, I'm going to warm up pretty quick. The weather looks really good today, and it's meant to stay like this all morning. You probably see some blue skies. And the plan is to walk from here, Bridge of Orchy, to the King's house. I'm going to meet a friend there, hopefully get some refreshments, and then head on to Kinlochleven. Now if I make it there, I'm pretty sure I'll finish the West Highland Way. My only option of bailout really is the King's house. I can get a bus from there if worse comes to worse. I'm hoping not. I'm feeling motivated. I'm going to take it nice and slow this morning. But yeah, I'm packed, I'm ready to rock and roll, and I'm buzzing to see some scenery in Glencoe. The Buachaille, some of my favourite scenery in Scotland. So yeah, let's crack on, let's make a start on it. It's going to be here, over Rannoch Moor, and then the Kingshouse Hotel. So let's go. There's the Bridge of Orchy Hotel, and I'm going to head down this way. I think it's probably one of the last buildings I'm going to see for quite a while. Some beautiful scenery down the glen there. Beinn Dorain still on the cloud. Yeah, it's looking good, and it's definitely lightening my mood. I can't wait for Rannoch Moor. Might just be able to see here the deer in the distance. They're obviously hearing me. is right there. Wow. These look rather tame, these deer. Wow, what a beauty. Look at this for a beautiful viewpoint this morning. Unbelievable. I'm only going to stop for a minute or two. In fact, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep my legs going, as that seems to be the key. Whoa, what a view. That's a lot more like it for me. But yeah, I'm good. As I said, I'm going to keep this ankle moving. Wow. It really doesn't get much better than that. I'll give you a bit of a closer look. And then I'm going to keep going 21 miles today to get to Kinlochleven. I think this has got to be my favourite day so far. The Black Mount Munro's on show here, snow capped. I think that's Stob Gower there, I've been at the top. And Loch Chula here looks glorious this morning. I think the route just takes me round the loch maybe, and then back up and round into Glencoe. This has been one of my favourite days of the West, well, it has been my favourite day of the West Highland Way so far. I'm glad the weather has saved itself for today. Tonight's going to pour with rain and all day tomorrow, so I'll make the most of this while it's here. The Inveroran Hotel. Beautiful location. Nice little section this. And I got fueled up at that hotel there. They've got a wee shop and I got some fruit pastels, give me a wee sugar boost. Brilliant. I've actually been here before. This is the car park for the Black Mount Munro's, which you can see just behind me there. Stob Gower and Buachaille Hour or something, I think it is. But yeah, feeling good so far today. Yeah, that's right, Victoria Bridge this place is called. I remember this place well. Takes you up into the two Munros up here. Grove Road to Glencoe. No vehicles, please keep to the track. Well, that bit of the path is not the funnest. Pretty rough terrain. I imagine it's an old road of some sort. I need to do some research into that. But it's opening up and I think I'm going to be entering Rannoch Moor, then into the mouth of Glencoe. Really looking forward to that. The weather's holding up so far. I just hope it stays like this for the majority of today. But yeah, this bit I should make some pretty quick progress to the King's house. Morning, how's it going? Sunshine, no, hope it lasts. So one thing I've maybe not touched on yet is the social aspect of the West Highland Way. There's many other walkers doing it at the same time, and it was lovely bumping into other walkers. We crossed paths multiple times, and it was just good to check in with other solo walkers, discuss how they were finding it. It was actually good to know that some were struggling as much as I was. Now we're talking. Now I know what's behind here. Milngavie and Orchy is there. That's two Munros. Snow cap. It looks beautiful up there. But behind Milngavie is the Glencoe Mountain Resort. And then across from that is the Kingshouse Hotel. So I'm getting there. Legs are starting to nip a little bit, but these views are making up for it. This section has been absolutely beautiful, but I am tired again. I've got a long way to go today. So it's just a case of one foot in front of the other. I can't stop looking at these mountains though. Look at that. Even better with the snow-capped peaks and the blue skies. Fantastic. That's motivation if ever I needed it. I'm finally about to turn the corner here and hopefully scenery will change a bit. It's a long stretch that. My friend is hiking in Glencoe today, so I'm going to meet up with him, hopefully get some lunch in the Glencoe Mountain Resort or Kingshouse, one of the two, and then I'll make the final and painful ascent over the Devil's Staircase and into Kinlochleven, and that'll just leave the final stretch into Fort William for tomorrow. So this section is deceptively long. The track makes it look like everything's quite close to you, but it takes ages to get there. But after quite a long time, I made it to Glencoe. There it is, the view that I've been waiting for. Now, it's going to reveal itself slowly, but that is Glencoe. Buachaille Etive Mor there, and Beinn just there, the Corbett. As I say, the view's going to get better and better as I get closer. So yeah, I'm just going to plod on, and yeah, that's motivated me. It looks pretty stunning from here already. Oh, I'm cooked. About 100 miles. How's it going? Alright. Nice one. So made it to the famous Kingshouse Hotel with the Buachaille in the background. A good place to stop for some lunch. So I'd met up with my friend here that was hiking in Glencoe. It was good to see a familiar face after a couple of days without seeing anybody that I actually knew. So yeah, an expensive place, the Kingshouse Hotel, but I was just glad of some hot food at this stage in the day. So after a good catch up and finishing all my food, it was time to get back on the West Highland Way, and the views weren't half bad, so it wasn't hard to get going again. Well, that's me fed and watered and expensive fish and chips, but you know what, it was good and worth it. Look at the view now though, into the Black Mount, and one of the best views in Glencoe, isn't it? Well, the way I'm going, it's going to take me along this path for a good couple of miles, then up into the Devil's Staircase, which is out here. I'm feeling not too bad. I'll feel even better once I get into Kinlochleven though. That blue skies is slowly fading, and I dread to think, but I think the rain is coming, and it's 24 hours of solid rain. Not looking forward to that. There we go, the start of the Devil's Staircase. Now, I'd much rather walk uphill than on the flat all day long. Look at that view of Buachaille Etive Mor. That's the normal route up it, up the gully there. Banked out with snow just now. This is the Altnafe cottage, I think. Looks pretty incredible. But I'm feeling spits of rain and things are going to change quite soon. That's me up and over the Devil's Staircase. I'm not sure if you can hear me or not. Whew. Not as bad as I was expecting, but I am now in full waterproof as there's a storm coming. And now it's a case of dropping into Kinlochleven. Now this descent is long, steep, and it's going to take a while. So I'm just going to plod on, show you bits and pieces, and then I'll catch up with you guys once I get to the campsite. So again, this section is deceptively long. For some reason you feel like you're just going to drop into Kinlochleven, but this takes a good couple of hours at least. But the good thing is the path is pretty well built, so it's not difficult, but just a long stretch. This might be the steepest, worst way to descend at the end of a 20-mile walk that I've ever done. The scenery's not bad though. I think that's maybe the Anahiga Ridge, could be wrong. But yeah, this is not good. I'm just going to take it slow and steady, tiny steps. But this goes on and on and on, pretty much till you get into Kinlochleven. What a sight. So after what felt like a lifetime, I made it into Kinlochleven and the Blackwater campsite. So I was kind of relieved at this point, as I knew I would probably make it to the end of the West Highland Way. So it was just a case of getting the tent up and settling in for the night. Right guys, so that's me in my tent, absolutely knackered. 22 miles clocked today. I didn't think I was going to make that again. I don't know how I've done it with a scammy ankle and leg. But the worst of it's out of the way now. It's just the home straight, Kinlochleven to Fort William tomorrow. So I'm just going to get some grub here, get a really early night, and then push on to the finish line tomorrow. So I'm going to end this video here. This is part 2 of the West Highland Way. So I hope you'll join me in part 3. I'm going to do a video of the finishing line and my thoughts of the trip and a summary in the next adventure, so it should be out pretty soon. But thanks for joining me today anyway, and yeah, I'll see you in the next part of this adventure.